Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Directs and Dragons, your one-stop YouTube channel for fantasy everything. Today we are going to be doing a short tier list video of the Brotherband books. These are set in the world of Araluen and surrounding continents. It's a sort of sequel series, parallel series to the popular book series The Ranger's Apprentice, which I'll be doing a tier list on shortly. I actually already did before this, but the file corrupted. So, yeah, not so fun. Anyway, I'm sorry it's been such a large gap between releases. I promise I should be back to a more regular release schedule now, but I have gone back to school, so it will be less than it was before. Anyway, I've almost finished my second Stormlight recasting video, which should be out shortly. Anyway, let's get started. I did accidentally double up on the covers down the bottom here, so there will be just a random one. Okay, starting with the first Brotherband book, The Outcasts. This book, definitely A tier. Keeping with the same pattern as the other books, the first three-part storyline is really good. The second one is different, but also really good, and then we have some standalones, which are okay, and then the recently released one is not so great. But, yeah, there's like half as many books in the series as there are in Ranger's Apprentice, so it's a bit hard to make comparisons. Anyway, Outcasts, A tier, it's a great start to the series, really hooks you in and involves you with these characters, this group of outcasts in the Brotherband training, and has a great story and setup for the rest of the starting trilogy. The Invaders is going in S tier. It is the perfect sequel to Outcasts, expands the world really well and the cultures that haven't really been explored in the Ranger's Apprentice book series. Again, we'll be tier listing that soon. But it just expands the world so much, and the story is even better. It's about the Heron Brotherband going off to retrieve. Oh yeah, spoiler warning for Brotherband. So, sorry I didn't say this now. Spoiler warning in effect now. The Heron Brotherband goes to retrieve the animal stolen by the pirate Zavak, and then raid a town which he's holding, and it's really good. Okay, The Hunters. Hunters is fine. It's got some good moments. I'm going to pop it in A, not as high as the Outcasts. If I call it The Outsiders, I'm sorry. There's another Ranger's Apprentice thing called The Outsiders. Anyway, it's a really good culmination. It's not so good as the other two, which is a shame, but it's sort of how series go. The third one's hardly ever as good as the first two. Anyway, it's fine. Their combination and all the river voyage stuff is really good, but does get a bit tedious at times and repetitive, which is what puts it lower on the list. Okay, I'm going to say this now because I'm having trouble ranking these. These are just compared to the other books. They're not compared to just overall quality. These are just comparing them to the other Brotherbands. So the B and C tiers doesn't mean they're bad. I'd probably be putting them more towards the A and B tiers if I was ranking them against other fantasy books. But this is just compared to Brotherband. And remember, D is the only bad tier. Okay, so we've got Slaves of Socorro, which is going to go in B. It's a nice standalone adventure, and it helps expand the status quo for the Heron Brotherband for the next few books, with them being stationed at Araluen, and it's a nice tie-in to the Ranger's Apprentice that doesn't feel too marketing based, and it actually helps develop the story, and it's really cool to see Gillen working with the Outcasts. He really fits in there. Okay, then we have Scorpion Mountain, which is going in A and higher than Hunters. It's the other sort of second. It's kind of a two-part with Slaves of Socorro, but not really. But it's pretty good. It expands on the Aridi area of the continent, which you visit in one Ranger's Apprentice book, which is quite a long time away from the release of this book, but it expands it again, and Gillen's part of the book, which automatically makes it a lot better. And a lot of the engineering stuff in the sail barge I just found really land sailor, that one, I just found really interesting. Is another part of Brotherband that Ranger's Apprentice doesn't go into, and that really feels suited to the Brotherband the themes. Okay, then we have the Ghost Faces. I'm popping this in B. It was a good one-off story. Yeah, Slave Socorro is higher than it. That's a good one-off story. It wouldn't be... It's definitely not my favourite, and the tribal stuff took some getting used to. It was quite a departure from the standard format for Brotherband books in the past. Now for some rereads, I started to enjoy it. But it's not my favourite. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of all the tribal stuff, but it does some good character development. But the stuff they set up with Stig and his love and the heartbreak there, I thought that was going to be a really good character moment, but it doesn't really get paid off at all. So that's not so great. Anyway, next we have the Caldera. It's another B tier. It's fine. I think I'm going to put higher than Ghost Faces. It's another good standalone, but it does get a bit monotonous. It just feels like a shrink in scale than the other books. It feels like it's trying to capture the more internationalness that you got in the Hunters and the Invaders, where they went far abroad and you got to meet so many different cultures and some really interesting stuff. Feels like it's trying to capture that, but it doesn't. It doesn't do it anywhere near as good as the Hunters did it with the ports and the other cities. It just feels kind of tacked on. Olaf is cool. It's cool to see his relationship with Stig, even though I feel like that could have been expanded on more. Finally, we have Return of the Tamajai. It's going in C. It felt very Ranger's Apprentice based, and kind of like the Caldera, like John Flanagan was just trying to bring back some of the big hits from older books. It does feel like he's kind of scrounging at loose ends a bit with the books at the moment, especially the most recent Ranger's Apprentice book as well. But I'll still keep reading the series, but I hope he starts looking for a good two-part book series, a two-parter, to wrap up both series with a nice little bow that will finish off all the story arcs quite nicely. And same with Ranger's Apprentice. It's the current one's a two-parter, and I was really underwhelmed by the first one, so I hope the second one is a lot better. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I know I mentioned Ranger's Apprentice a lot more in this list than I thought I would, and that video will be out soon. I just need to re-record the entire thing. It's a bit frustrating, and the editing takes a while. So hopefully that should be out within the next week, and Stormlight's recasting will be out as well in the next couple of weeks. I've got all the stuff I need for it now. I just do need to record it, and those videos are more complex to record than others. But these tier list videos are easy for me to record, so I can do them in half an hour. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. It helps me know what you guys like. At the moment, that's Stormlight, but I'm happy to do some other stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye.